All right, this is the regular meeting of the Community Development Commission. Today is Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Seeing a quorum, this meeting is officially called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. And Alfonso, would you like to lead us?
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic,
one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. All right. Madam Recording Secretary, please take roll call.
Commissioner Padilla,
Here.
Commissioner Gallegos,
Here.
Commissioner Ceja Villa,
Here.
Commissioner Wilhelm,
Here.
Commissioner Ship,
Present.
Commissioner Adame. We have quorum.
All right, at this time, members of the public may address the Community Development Commission regarding any non-agenda items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the committee. No action may be taken on non-agenda items unless authorized by law. Does the public have any comments they wish to share with the commission? Please know that you have 3 minutes to speak.
We have none.
Okay, great. We'll now move on to consent calendar. This is a time for the commission to consider matters under the consent calendar. Items include items 1 and 2. Do I have a motion to consider items 1 and 2?
Motion to move.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Matters approved by unanimous consent. All right, we will now consider matters under the business calendar. The first item on the business calendar is item number 3, appoint a representative from the Community Development Commission to the Historic Resources Commission for the 2025-26 term. Will staff report on the matter?
No, Mr. Vice Chair, this is a commission-driven item to appoint a commissioner.
Okay, with that, if there's any objection, I'd like to appoint Dwayne Ship to the Historic Resources Commission, be our representative. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
No.
All right, with that, do I have a vote by unanimous consent? Yes?
Yes.
Aye?
Yes.
Okay,
Aye.
all right. So motion is adopted. Congratulations. All right. Let's see. So the second item on the business calendar is item number 4, public hearing of the Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report for fiscal year 24-25. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time and place for the public hearing of the Community Development Commission of the City of Santa Ana, Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report for fiscal year 2024-2025. Will staff please report on the matter?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. I'd like to invite up our Community Development Analyst, Brenda Vega, to present on our behalf.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't think I've met Alfonso Ceja. I think I missed your presentation, but I manage CDBG Public Services. So today I'll be able to go over our CAPER and more information because I don't think you guys have ever heard of the CAPER, right? No? Okay, so this is a good time to get a lot of good details of all the work that we technically do. So our Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, can you go to the next slide, please, Bianca? Is basically entitlement funds. So the City of Santa Ana is the recipient of entitlement funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The Community Development, we receive Community Development Block Grant, Emergency Solutions Grant, and Home Investment Partnerships. In 24-25, we received a total of $5.899968. And as you can see, the breakdown of CDBG, home, and ESG. Next slide, please. So the entitlement fund cycle normally plans for the use of these funds that are part of a 5-year planning cycle from 2020 to 2024. And it's outlined in the Consolidated Con Plan. An annual action plan reports on specific project funding allocations for a given year and serves as an implementation tool for the Con Plan. So it's basically like a massive report card. The Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, which is known as a CAPER, summarizes progress towards goals set in the comp plan and utilization of funds. Next slide, please. So the CAPER has data, and so it does reports, narratives, and tables containing the CAPER, including accomplishment data from programs funded from previous years and during fiscal year 24-25. Data is compiled from quarterly reports submitted by funding agencies and city-operated programs that cover funding, utilization, and progress on goals. Community Development Grant Plan, for example, the breakdown is we look at eligible activities which include capital improvements, public services, housing programs, code enforcement, economic development. Before you go on, can you go back? Capital improvement, I just kind of want to give you an example, would be like something where they have to like fix a street, you know? Or public services, kind of like, you know, giving funds to like America on Track to provide youth services. Housing programs, and I know it wasn't part of the slide, but to me, I like to kind of tie it to something so it kind of stays with you. For housing programs, it could be something like, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah,
We do
absolutely.
housing rehabilitation programs. You know,
Habitat for Humanity.
a great capital improvement project is the outdoor library that was just completed at Jerome. They just did the grand opening a week ago. And in this coming year, you're going to see 3 projects get completed on Main Street. So we have a surface lot that's right across the street from Bowers Museum on the east side of Main. We have another surface parking lot at Pine and South Main. So, and then one next to the Northgate Gonzalez Supermarket, which is a little north of McFadden on the west side of the street. And these were put in back in the 80s to allow those areas that didn't have good parking for commercial activity to have areas for people visiting those businesses on Main, South Main, and North Main to be able to have areas. So we're going to completely rehabilitate those parking lots, new landscaping, lighting, and we may put in paid parking stations there. So, sorry, Brenda, you're doing
It's
a great
okay.
job, but
That's good.
I wanted to brag about the
Yes.
library and our service parking lots.
And that's good. And
I have a quick question, Mike. I am so sorry. And all that was able to be done under capital improvements, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
So going back to housing programs, I know Judson was going to say Habitat for Humanity.
You got it, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So Habitat for Humanity is another program, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of Habitat for Humanity. So we work with them in where we provide them with the funding, and typically they outsource and they are able to provide, there's a grant for, and it just came out July 1st, for individuals that can get up to $25,000 max to improve their home, their facade, just to be able to improve the way our city looks, you know? And so that falls under like a housing program. Code enforcement could also fall into, like, let's say somebody's hoarding, you know? We provide, that's an eligible activity under CDBG where we'll provide the funding source so that we can help out that family that's, for example, hoarding, to clean all that up, and we have Habitat again go in there. And then economic development is for those small businesses. They have a grant as well. And so that all falls under the umbrella of CDBG. Next slide, please. So some of the highlights would be, again, public services. We funded 60 nonprofits to administer 16 programs that served a total of 2,031 persons in Santa Ana. And so that's kind of like my baby. So I'm responsible for the nonprofits and overseeing and getting the data that goes into some of this CAPER. Next slide. The Home Investment Partnership Program, that is to expand the supply of affordable housing for persons of low and very low income. Some of the eligible activities include single-family owner-occupied rehab, multifamily acquisition or rehab, and down payment assistance. This year, just so you know, we're going to change that to mortgage assistance. So just kind of have that in mind. It's going to be the same thing if you see that term later on along the line. Next slide. Some of the home highlights is a $10.2 million in home program funds at work to provide 260 new affordable housing units. So the Westview Home Affordable Housing Project, located at 2530 and 2534 Westminster Avenue. Have you guys seen that project in the past off of Westminster and Fairview? So that was part of the funding that went there. Can't see, continued construction. This project will provide 84 units of affordable housing for large families, including 9 home-assisted units. This project is made possible with 2.00375 million of Home Investment Partnerships Program in Santa Ana. Then we have the Crossroads at Washington, and then we also have the Wise Place Permanent Supportive Housing Project. Next slide, please. Emergency Solutions Grant. They basically assist individuals and families to quickly regain stability and permanent housing after experiencing a housing crisis or homelessness. Some of the eligible activities include homelessness prevention, street outreach, shelter, and rapid rehousing. You'll see in the next slide some of the activities that were done. These were done in, these highlight, 23, 24, but it basically has to do with that, with going, for the community to, for example, we have the HEART program that goes out there to try to provide outreach to these individuals that are out. Next slide. 24, 25 ESG highlights is that provide assistance to 214 persons through street outreach, homeless prevention, rapid rehousing, or shelter. So this number includes 12 children, 202 adults, 123 males, 89 females, and 2 of other. The 24, 25 CAPER. So the draft CAPER reflects numbers that were available in the HUD system as of August 19th, 2025. The final CAPER will capture performance information from the 4th quarter that is not available to date. For this reason, several tables in the draft CAPER are blank. Each table in the final draft CAPER will be complete to show the progress made in meeting the 5-year consolidated plan objectives. Slide. So basically the next steps is that we will hold a 15-day public hearing and review comment between September 5th through the September 19th. Then it'll go to council along with the public hearing September 16th, and then our deadline to submit to HUD will be on September 30th. Does have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the commissioners?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to know, in the public meeting that you guys gonna host in September, what is it gonna be about, to just let the public know how we're using those funds?
Yeah, great. Thank you, Madam Chair. The public hearing today and then the public hearing on September 16th is part of our required process to conduct the outreach for the CAPER. And it will be nearly identical to today. The mayor will open up the meeting, request any comments on the CAPER, and then if she decides, or if council decides, then Mike would provide a presentation on her behalf, similar to the nearly identical to the one we gave today to the commission.
So to have exact presentation on how we allocated those monies and what projects are pending, because right now, like we talk about the house, but I see other things that the funds are being used for. So that full presentation, when is that given? Like, for example, I would like to know what we've been doing in public service, what we've been doing in the other areas like economic development and all those areas. Like what programs we have existing right now, what programs are part of our 5-year plan, and how much money was allocated to those buckets.
Yeah, so that's the exact purpose of our CAPER, to answer those kind of questions on what we've been doing with the funds for this previous year, and we could try our best to answer any specific questions you might have regarding what we've been doing with the funds, but we provided a general overview for you that of course goes into more detail in the CAPER.
The reason why I'm asking, Jetson, is I've been contacted by a lot of business owners, specifically from the Bristol corridor, from that big swami that is on Bristol, due to the recent immigration situation that we had in the city, and now with the construction on Bristol, they have seen a huge decrease on clients and a huge drop on their sales. So they are extremely concerned. So I just want to like educate myself more, um, if that would be possible. But I know we already have programs in place for economic development. But if any of these funds will help in a situation like this, or it wouldn't.
Yeah, great question. And of course, Michael can talk about our economic development.
Yeah, Madam Chair, our funding, economic development funding is going through, for micro enterprise grants for startup businesses at $5,000 per grant. And, but we could look at other funding sources, but for this caper, the enterprise, the economic development dollars that were set aside for the micro enterprise grant. So it would have to be a startup business. I think it's no more than 5 employees. And it's just, there are $5,000 grants that we give out, so.
Correct. All right. And that is still effective, Mike, or is it already the funds are being depleted?
Yeah, the funds are allocated and they're being, Gabby Kramer from our economic development team is working on getting those out to the communities, so.
So we don't have that program like open anymore.
I believe it is still open. We still have money available. I think the new fiscal year, we had 100,000 that for the new fiscal year 25, 26. And I think they've only done one grant at this point, if I remember.
Okay.
He's got in process, right? No?
Yeah. No, like,
There is money there for startup businesses that are small,
okay.
you know.
Well, that is good to know, so we can just pass it along to the public and do a little bit more outreach on it. But yeah, no, my question was that, like, I know, like, we're gonna be reviewing whatever we've been doing with the money that was allocated already. I just, because I've been receiving an overwhelming contact from businesses, specifically from that area. I didn't know if what's the best for them to do in terms of asking for help, since they've been drastically affected by all these things. So I thought maybe this part will help, but I know we had already allocated money on programs and stuff. And maybe for the future, thinking not only grants for startup businesses, but I think it's very important to keep any type of grants or any type of like workshops or education for existing businesses so they can have more longevity. Because I feel that the city is experimenting a lot of like closing business in different areas that have been affected. Um, so it's just a thought to see if we can explore that in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Those were my comments. Thank you, Claudio.
All right, I have a couple of questions. Mike, you mentioned about the parking lots that we're doing. Where's the one by the North Gate on Main exactly?
It's
to go
immediately
take a look.
adjacent to the North Gate on the south side of North Gate.
Okay.
And it runs between Main and Sycamore.
Okay,
Half of it is owned by the city, the other half is privately owned, but it's operated as one consistent parking area.
yeah, from firsthand knowledge, I know that North Gate can be a battle to get parking,
Yes.
so that would be great. And then you mentioned the one across from the Bowers. Is that bringing back that old public lot that was kind of abandoned years ago at the
Are you
corner?
thinking of the bigger triangular one?
Yes.
No, no.
Because
No.
that was an amazing lot. Like, it's unfortunate we got rid of that when it provided, like, people use it for the Therapeutic Arts Center, for the Bowers. It was an amazing resource, and then it just sat there as vacant. It's still sitting there as vacant land. So
Yes, that is programmed for a hotel. There's an agreement in place with the property owner, so it's now privately owned. They need to perform on that, per that agreement, so it is in process, but, it's been about a year since we've received a good update from that development team, so.
I mean, that was being discussed
Oh,
like more than half a decade ago, but, and what about the one that is for the Bowers? Where's that located?
so there is and it's owned by Bowers. The Bowers property, including Kidzeum, they're owned by the city. But there is the surface parking lot immediately south of Bowers Museum. That is owned by them. The one I'm talking about is a smaller, 6,000 square foot lot on the east side of Maine, in between the motel and some smaller businesses. So mainly we get people that are going to the insurance company nearby, and then we get people, frankly, from the neighborhood to park there from time to time. But it needs to be completely cleaned up, redone, restriped, and that money is coming through the CDBG Capital Improvement Project from last year's budget. So.
Right, that completes my questions. Any other questions? All right, at this time, we would like to hear from the public. Seeing none, we will proceed. Is there any written communication? All right, do we have a motion to approve item number 4?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Who do we have? We had three people seconded. Do we?
Okay, I can retract my second.
I think I heard Vivian first, so, okay, so, all right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Matter is approved by unanimous consent. Public hearing is now closed. All right, does staff have any comments they wish to share with the commission?
You know, I'm going to start by thanking my Housing Authority staff. They just received a certification or recognition as a high-performing housing authority for the 8th year in a row. They go through a Section 8 management assessment program. We call it CMAP, SEMAP. And it's just looking through our files, doing audits, trying to make sure that we're doing a good job in maintaining all our files and doing inspections, and based on that, we submit that off to HUD, and we get the recognition. So Judson and his team do a great job in the Housing Authority, and I believe Judson has. And I want to also thank Commissioner Padilla. I really like the idea of a business assistance grant that the city can look at for the upcoming CAPER and the annual action plan, so.
Yes, thank you.
And I'll turn it over to Housing Manager Brown.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike. And building on that, the CMAP is like our report card for our housing authority, certifying as a high-performing housing authority. And as you heard today from our high-performing staff, that our CDBG program is also a high-performing program. So thank you so much to Brenda and David on our continued success and results in administering the success of our CDBG Home and ESG program. And Adriana Lamone as well, you met, of course, during your orientations. Just a couple other exciting announcements we're wanting to share. At the beginning of September, I think in about 2 weeks, we'll be joining our planning and building agency for this year's annual planning awards ceremony, in which the Crossroads at Washington project and the Wise Place project will be acknowledged and receiving an award. So we'll be excited to celebrate that success with our colleagues in planning and with the developers. And also our planning department will also be receiving an award as well at that, another award at that ceremony. So Santa Ana will have another sweep of awards, of 3 different awards at that ceremony. Excited to share that. And then last Tuesday, Mike and Ali gave a presentation to the Orange County Business Council Housing Committee featuring a lot of our housing successes. I mean, other cities just can't compare to the work that we do here in Santa Ana. We have a culture of success, and we were able to feature that with our colleagues at the Orange County Business Council, and many familiar faces were there in the room, including Cal Optima and Jamboree Housing and 5 Point Homes and related. It was exciting to share that success. And there's two other internal successes. Monique Lorenzana, who administers our Foster Youth Independence Program, as well as our emergency housing vouchers. She recently was awarded 25 additional vouchers for foster youth in our community. Very exciting to see, and the timing is perfect because City Council just approved $632,000 agreement with Orangewood to provide housing navigation and supportive services for those vouchers. And it builds on her just recent success of expending over $25,000 for our emergency housing vouchers. HUD was going to recapture those funds. They sent us a notice just over 60 days ago and said, if you don't spend them more, the HUD is going to recapture them. And we had these unexpended funds, and she successfully purchased household items, household goods, toiletries, various kitchen items and different items for our emergency housing voucher holders, being able to assist them with these funds before they were recaptured by the federal government. So exciting to share that it's success. The awards ceremony, the Orange County Business Council presentation, 25 additional vouchers, and of course our high-performing CDBG program. Thank you again to Brenda for our continued success there.
And does the commission have any comments they wish to share?
Just want to acknowledge, your team. Congrats.
I have some comments because I have to log out.
All right, go.
No, I just want to thank the for the presentation. And I am sorry I couldn't be there. But I knew this meeting was important. And just like I just wanted to share with all of you guys like all the comments that I've been receiving for, like I said, several businesses. I feel we're doing a great job in like the city's been doing a great job in assisting the community with the immigration fund that was put aside to help families that were impacted by all these things that are happening. But I think sometimes we forget about small businesses, and they're very, very impacted. Not only with the immigration, but they have been very impacted by the different construction sites that are within the city. So like I said, I just wanted to express that community in general in the city is suffering a lot. I have heard it. I hear it every day. Me personally, as a small business owner, is tremendously hurting too from all these various circumstances. So I would not like to see. I want to see more businesses open in Santa Ana, but I think this is a tendency that it's happening on different sectors of the city that I would like to explore how can we help, or how can we become more proactive. Maybe it doesn't even have to be all the time with grants. I feel like it's needed a lot of education within the community on how to budget, how to have a savings, how to survive this difficult time. So that was the only things I wanted to share. I wish we can put a little bit more attention and be a little bit more proactive to every time there's something happening in the city that it's affecting the community. Also, that community is tremendously affected too. And I feel like it's the community that it's bringing tax money directly to the city. So we need that. And to have a healthy budget. So I would like to just pay a little bit more attention to that. And for that, those are my comments. Congratulations to the Housing Authority for the recognitions and for the great work that you guys are always doing. it feels very proud to be part of a commission and oversee all the programs and all the things that you bring to our attention. It's just amazing to see all your guys' hard work. And with that, I'll let you guys all go because I have to disconnect.
All right, thank you, Anna. So just brief comments, same thing, want to thank you guys again for a great presentation. It's definitely informative. And thank you for all the great updates and looking forward to seeing what comes next. So thank you. All right, now, any last comments? All right, with that, this meeting is officially adjourned. The next regular meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 at 4:30 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second, all right.